And I'm back from outer space. And I'm back. Also, how dare you? Guys just taking everything, huh? You're so squeaky. I told you I'd be back and just taking everything. Jesus. Everything I own is given cat hair. Nothing after all the goods, all the good things. Uh-huh, uh-huh. You say that. Since I use Plan B. Running and screaming. I mean, I guess, if it works. There we go. She looks cute, I look cute, everybody looks cute. We got those off to the side. Oh my god, that's adorable. God. That is so cute. Cuter than I expected, to be totally honest. You just go, Nyum. Okay, I think I got everything set up that I had before. At least I'm trying. Except I lost all the viewers I had, which is very sad. But it's okay. Oh. God, he's so freaking cute. Like, look at this. He's nudging up against me. He's so cute. He's just a little guy. He's a little guy causing problems on purpose, but I still love him. And as I was saying before everything was suddenly no longer available, there are just about 150 books shy of there being 10k in the book Project Hail Mary fanfiction section on AO3. So I'm going to see if I can get this going at least enough to toss my hat in the ring for being number 10,000. Because that would be cool. Okay, moving the timer over, I'm going to say 2 sprints, not 3. And we'll just get started on it. In 3, 2, 1, go time. Well, if you don't want a keyboard on you, get out of the way. face out of my water. Oh, music. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh, oh flop. It's a little baby. It's a little baby man. Little prairie boy. Music. Occasionally I think about how they have to do random stuff to desensitize horses to just like shenanigans that humans do regularly. And I'm like, what? Why would you need to do that? That's weird. You don't need to desensitize horses to weird human things. And then I think about the fact that I just did claw hands at the cat, and he's so used to my nonsense that he didn't even question it. Like, there's absolutely no questions behind those sweet baby greens. He just, nothing. He was all like, yeah, this is normal. This is how my human reaches for me sometimes. Don't step on my keyboard. need to blow my nose real quick. So, fair warning for terrible noises. Hello and welcome, Keiko Peace. I'm sorry that you came in right as I was blowing my nose. Yes, this is Smeagol. He is my parlor panther. My baby. My witch's cat. You might be able to see, but he's got a little patch of white right here on his chest. That's what makes him a parlor panther. He is 3 years old, and he is taking up my entire desk. He is a cutie. What else do they need to know about you, Smeagol? That you're just a little guy? That you're a vicious moth murderer? No, that's not true. Mars is the vicious moth murderer. She's given up hunting for like 3 or 4 years now. Like, she has not killed Jack in ages. And then this week alone, she has decided that murder is once again on the menu. And she has brought me so many weird things. A dead moth. A live moth. A mosquito eater. Oh, and a chunk of asphalt. Oh, and one of my F-bombs. Hi, pretty girl. Mars is also hiding over here beside my desk. She doesn't want to come out, which I respect. She doesn't want to be on the desk at the same time as Smeagol. Right? I was genuinely so confused when she dropped it so I could look at it, because she came in and she's like, mer, 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 you know, the look, I've successfully hunted. Be happy that I've successfully hunted something. And I was like, yes, I am so proud of you. Congrats on hunting. Is that road? Did you bring me asphalt? How? Where did you even find that? Here we go. Got Miss Mars over here in her drawer. Mars is a tortoiseshell. She is over 16 years old. We don't know how old she is exactly. Oh, big stretch. Big stretch in preparation for chaos. Ow. I'm giving the kitties treats right now. I prepared for that inevitability that they would require treats. There is no desk alongside Smeagol. Yeah, exactly. Also, sorry for how much, like, view of my naked thighs you guys are getting today. It was not my intention to show off my thighs today. But these shorts are short. And it is still, like, it's 60 degrees here, which may not sound warm to some people, but it is kind of warm for me. And now Mars gets to be the star of the show. Hello, Mars. She's happy not to the boys out of her spot. She's also probably hungry for her dinner. She gets a special medicated dinner. But she can't have it when Smeagol is on the desk. Also, fair warning, second ads are going to start soon. I don't know when exactly. No, there they go. You're my handsome girl. My pretty girl. I already gave you treats. I know, you're such a cool cookie. You definitely deserve more treats, but treat time is over for now. Excuse me. pretty girl. Oh, my twitchy witchy girl. I think you are so nice. Give you bowls of porridge and I give you bowls of ice cream. Man, I am tired. You already got your sky treat. Yeah. I need to get myself some more water. Offers Brocco slaw to those who are not kitties. What? What goes into Brocco slaw? What is Brocco slaw? Put myself to sleep. I get to sleep in tomorrow. Oh, that'll be so lovely. Or I can go to bed early tonight and wake up at my usual time tomorrow so I don't get, what's the word? Social jet lag. My pretty girl. Very unhelpful 11-kilogram Maine Coon on my lap. What's kilograms to pounds? Imagine coleslaw, except leave out most of the cabbage and instead shredded broccoli. See, I might actually like that. You said 11 kilograms? Jesus Christ, you got a big kitty. That's a 24.25-pound cat. Dude, I don't care for cabbage. Have you tried the beetroot slaw? I assume similar idea as the Brocco slaw, except beetroot. I have not tried that either, but you know what? I'll try anything once. I'm a big fan of trying new foods. Yeah. Oh, it's starting to rain too. That's probably why I'm feeling sleepy. So it's finally cooling down in temperature. I can hear the rain. I've got a perfect white noise generator behind my house in the form of a creek. Yeah, he's huge when he stands on his hind legs. He can put his front paws on my wife's shoulders. My dumbass didn't know how big they grow and got him. Okay, see, you're telling me that like that's a bad thing, and I'm over here going, God, I'm so jealous I want a Maine Coon. I don't care for beetroots, I probably won't, but I appreciate the suggestion. Yeah, next time I have an occurrence for which to make a slaw, I will have to try it. Or next time I get a whole bunch of beetroot. Maine Coons are supposed to be some of the only cats to like water as well, so that sounds fun. Marine. He's wonderful. He just was quite a surprise. Yeah, I bet. They're such, like, goofy-looking kittens, too. Okay, I will be right back. I'm gonna go refill my water. Everyone remember, hydrate, don't dehydrate. We got, 5 minutes in this break before we move on to the next one. just found another half of the moth out here. So obviously Mars has continued to hunt. He is wonderful. It's quite a surprise he doesn't, but our 20 run of the litter Maine Coon hops in the bath with us. Maine Coons are well suited to your environment, built-in snowshoes. Yeah. Why? What is your guys' obsession with my water, huh? Huh? Yeah, I found another half of them off, so at least Mars is taking her moth hunting job very seriously. Human food and water taste better. Yeah, I guess it does. Oh, are you guys trading off shifts now? Weird animals. Have you come back to me, Menace? Can I get you to not come on my desk this time? So I actually have space to work. We've got one of the doors open so the cats can go in and out, which we do on and off during the summer. And what is this? What is going on with your shoulder? What was I saying? So I think they've both been taking turns just like walking back and forth and standing in the door and listening to it rain. Which is honestly exactly what I would be doing if I wasn't streaming right now. God, I love when it rains hard like this. Like, I'm gonna sleep so good tonight, you guys have no idea. Certified human grade water, LO and inspected, is the only way to be sure. Yeah. They really like my water, especially I've got this gigantic tea container, which for the record holds 28 ounces of water. At least if I fill it up to this line, it's 28 ounces. And turns out this is perfectly cat face sized. So they love to stick their faces right in there. No, oh, I was thirstier than I thought. Yeah, all my drinking containers I've rightfully stolen from my dad. Like, I've got a blender bottle that he was using for protein shakes. Because the cap is rubberized and doesn't break, because I bump my water bottles into stuff all the time. And then this one, my dad bought for tea, so it's insulated. Can you not stick your little cat face right in there as I'm displaying how it's perfectly little cat face sized? So he bought it for tea, so it's like thermo something, so it keeps your hot drinks hot and your cold drinks cold. Which is perfect for tea. It is also perfect for cold drinks. Also, I've gotten some of the Cliche brand tea. I left it at work on accident, but they have a box of writer's teas, and it smelled so good that the first time I opened it, I started drooling. So I am incredibly excited to bring those home with me next time I go to work. And start drinking those during my streams. They've got different like names and stuff, but it's the Cliche brand tea. Let me see if I can hunt down some of the names. They've got silly names. Oh, hello. Something warm and furry went past my ankles. So I got the writer one. And it has... Each collection of writer's teas includes 2 satchels of Rough Draft, a chocolate coconut black tea treat, made in Butler, lavender lemon Earl Grey, Right Drunk, Edit Sober, green tea with ginger and herbs, Kill Your Darlings, fruity and minty herbal blend, Show, Don't Tell, soothing herbal blend, and Oxford Comma, robust chai, which I'm so excited about. But they've got so many different types of tea, and I'm so excited. And it, like, I literally opened the box and was just like, it smells so good. Yeah, we started carrying them at work. Oh, one of them's called 1,667 words. That's great. looks like you can buy bigger mixes, but the 4 writers only box is one of their like specialty things. Like they've got Romantasy Anthology with his Romance and Fantasy box. They've got Lit Degree Anthology, which is the 4 writers in the Archetypes box. Epic Fantasy, Archetypes and Fantasy, Romance and Writing, and Fantasy and Writing. Let's see. What are the other collections? I'm now completely ignoring them. I'm supposed to be doing stuff. Yeah, there's the Romance Collection, Fantasy Set, Archetypes, the Love Cycle, Front Porch Iced Tea Collection, which has stuff like Meet Cute, Grumpy and Sunshine, Coming of Age, Starcrossed, Fated Mates, Smitten. And then there's a Build-A-Box option. American only. I have no idea. Primarily within the United States, but let's see. What country are you in, and I can check if they ship there. I'm pretty sure they're an Alaska-based company. Yeah, Soldotna. That's cool. Canada. Finding it out. Doesn't say they do, but doesn't say they don't. So, I don't know. Almost as cool as Alaska. Indeed. Actually, I'm pretty sure there are some parts of it that's cooler than Alaska, and vice versa. But I did accidentally find a tea box subscription. Huh. Interesting. Okay, no, I'm not looking at teas. I'm supposed to be writing. Tea drinker. I want to upgrade my selection, but it easily goes over my head. Honestly, I think just experiment. I got a bunch of different tea samplers forever ago, and I just worked my way through them, and I kept notes on how I felt as I went. They're writing teas. I know! I hope they ship to you. I think you have to go in and actually contact them to see if they'll ship to you. But you might be able to find a third-party distributor as well. Oh, hello. Yeah. Yeah. You might be able to get it through Amazon or something, though. Which I hate to suggest, but... Ooh, if you go to the Syndra market, it looks like they have them, and then they do also ship to Canada. They have the cliche teas. Yeah. All the fantasy set has feathers and fangs, potion or poison, tavern brew, magical powers, dark light, and dragonfire. Yeah, well, I'm genuinely curious. I hate to be all like, oh my god, check this out, and then you guys are not able to check it out as well. There's so many different types of tea, too. Oh, excuse me. Okay, we have 18 minutes left in this sprint, so I'm actually going to try to get some writing done. We'll see how I do. Yes, scrub it to face, we'll see how I do, and then I will read the fic that I was working on last time, and then probably call it a night. I do need to find the heating pad that I had under my desk for the cats again. Just to give them a place to lay. Because if I've got a heating pad under the desk, then they are both less inclined to crawl onto the desk. And I know you're hungry, sweetie. I'll feed you as soon as I'm done, okay? I'll even feed you in such a way that Smeagol can't steal your food. Too much. Let me see. There's someone who's keeping track of days left in the term. $881 days. Too many. It's been a long. Yes, we do. This will be the last he can run for president. Or, this time was the last time he can run for president, assuming he doesn't do something stupid like try to erase term limits. Which he has already been trying to do, but so far people are pushing back on that one. hopefully something better. I'm hoping this is one of the pendulum pushes where we're going really far one way and then we'll go really far the other. But we should not be talking politics on stream. We should be talking about what we're hopeful for and like what we're working on. Because it is way too easy to get bogged down in politics. Although the number one thing you can do is, if you're concerned with what's going on in the government right now, is make sure to vote at every election that you can. Vote early and vote often. Yeah. I think the future will. I think the future will be more stable. If nothing else, humanity tends to trend towards taking care of one another. Great heart, nothing I read is scarier than the crazy the world comes up with these days. God, that's such a mood. That is such a wildly, painfully accurate mood right now. Anti-instability. Makes planning hard, right? I would like things to get back to a point where I can be like, okay, this time next year I want to do this time next year I want to do that, this time in 5 years I want to do this. Like even buying groceries in shoulder seasons. I can't remember when, where, how I saw it, but I saw something forever ago about how, like, people think buying lemons in January is normal because they don't understand how grocery stores work. And, like, the first comment was, lemons frickin' go to seed during January, so of course, you can get them in January, but people don't realize that because they're so used to, like, apples and stuff growing in the fall, like, winter to, or summer to fall, that they don't realize it's actually normal for plants to grow outside of that season. Like, even buying groceries in the shoulder season. Oh wow, it's chilly, I should get some. Ugh, it's too hot for this. Yeah. It's actually one of the reasons why I live where I live, is during the summer it is 50 to 70 degrees, and during the winter it's 30 to 50 degrees. Like, I can exist all year round at these temperatures, and I am totally content. Also, January lemons are normal. Citrus stores, well, due to thick rind. Yeah! It's just the fact that people don't know about plants enough to realize that plants growing in different seasons is in fact normal. Oh, which reminds me, I need to go berry picking. We've got wild huckleberries growing right now, and they're so chunky. And if I go this weekend, it's going to be an absolute downpour, which means I'm going to get sick, which is not great. But does mean that I won't get hot and sweaty while I go out and pick berries, which will be excellent. And means there won't be as many tourists out in the areas where I like to go berry picking, because they're terrified of the rain for some reason and just stay on their boats. Which how it became a major Mediterranean export to Europe in the Middle Ages, displacing native verjuice as key as seductor. Do you have a good rainwear? No. It's a pretty good segue. No, my rainwear is, I literally have this very nice shirt that I wear. It's a long sleeve shirt that I wear. I'm gonna put it on now because I'm actually a little chilly. That I wear when it's raining, and I wear it over whatever layers I'm currently wearing. And I go pick berries in this, and then I go home and I strip and I take a hot shower, and I call that good enough for staying dry. Because I have just accepted that I'm not going to stay dry while I'm out picking berries, especially not while it's raining. Although, let me tell you, it's taking just about everything in me to not just, like, go to the creek with a giant fishing net and just scoop up a whole bunch of fish. Which, for the record, that's super illegal. I'm not recommending doing that. Oh, thank you for the follow! Also, fun fact, human skin is highly water resistant. Yeah! Which is super cool! Humans are just, like, such a made-up species. It's delightful. Like, there's nothing about humans that makes sense unless you consider the fact that humans are basically just fancy waterfish. Okay. Keiko piece, I did see you follow. I'm going to make you a little paper star. Because when you follow, you get a little paper star. And because you're in a special point, you get to be an orange star. Also, we get the super grippers when we're in the water. You will melt in the rain, every parent ever. And then none of them go outside. No one goes outside in the winter. Or in the rain. It's great, because it means I'm outside in the rain, and I get to enjoy it. Okay, Mars is currently blessing your star by chewing on it a little bit. Okay, behold the proof. Each one is, in fact, actually personalized. Because that's one of the things that I'm super appreciative of, is that every single star in my star jar is a real person who thinks I'm cool enough to follow. So, I like to actually personalize each one so everyone who follows me knows that you are a real person who actually followed me. And it's not just like, oh yeah, I want to reach 10,000 stars, so I'm just going to move one star from the jar to the other jar full of stars. Like, no! Each star is an individualized star with a real person. Love going to the zoo in the rain. Less people and the animals are super active, but I have stupid good rain care. That's so cool about your star jar. I appreciate being real. Yeah! Well, I just think it's cool that real people think I'm cool enough to follow and to check out my stuff. So I just think it's a cool way to show that I actually like see and appreciate everyone who follows. Given what L. Frank Baum said about the effect of water on a certain class of person-shaped being, what are rain-avoidant adults admitting? Well, thank you. Now seems like an excellent time to mention that I do actually have books for sale on Amazon if you're at all interested. And then I'm putting out short stories for free on my Patreon every week. The only difference between the paid tier and the free tier is that the paid tier gets to see everything as soon as it comes out, and the free tier just has to wait a week. Also, I have a new book that I hope to have done by Christmas that is The Changeling, and one that, if you stick around for a bit, I will probably work on tomorrow? Maybe? Behold, my star. You are now a star! But I have a new book that is a winter-themed horror that is set here in my hometown, that I was going to call The Changeling, but I'd never really liked that title because it feels too normal, so now I think I'm going to call it The Village Over Ketchikan. And I'm going to make it spooky. And it's going to be very spooky. And then next year will hopefully be the year of so many books, because I realized I had like 3 different books that are like 3/4 of the way done, and I'm just going to see if I can steamroll finishing them next year. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. Also, this does not look like 166 people. It is actually 166 stars, but it does not look like 166 stars. Also, I gotta not play with it because I'm gonna mix up all of the colors, and I'd really like to see like the layering effect. But I don't think it's gonna layer because this jar is apparently ridiculously wide, so it's just not layering properly. But yes, hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Elowen Writes. I have a ridiculous number of books that are in various stages of done, and I never seem to finish them because I'm too excited. Hoping to have my first 2 books finished this year. I'm pretty close to my first, and it doesn't feel real. Yeah, that's such a mood. My first book was The Scarecrow, and I swear I just kept, like, coming around to it, trying to figure out how to make it done. Yes. How do I not have a link to my books in my thing? Alright, now let's see if... Here we go. There we go. Okay, so this is a link to my Amazon authors page, but it does have all 4 of my books there. Books. I'm so behind on my next release, I'm considering throwing it into the trash. Oh, you're good. I've got a whole bunch of links in the pinned stuff, but it's easy to miss, so I don't judge. Well, I mean, here's the wonderful thing, though, is even if you miss the release date, it's better to have it done and published than to never finish it at all. So even if you're behind, it's still better than not doing it. So, no going into the trash, no throwing the book in the trash. Just work on getting it done and feel exuberant when you're done. And then go, never again! I will never do this again! This is dumb! I hate it! Why do I do this to myself? While in the process of gathering resources for your next book. Because that's what I do. I go, oh my god, why do I do this? This is so hard. This is insane. This is such a thankless task. And then I'm immediately turning around and working on my next book because I'm a crazy person. And I enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, I enjoy it despite it being crazy person behavior to continue writing books. If it's not done by the end of the month, that's it. If it's not done by the end of the month, maybe take a break and look at it again next year. That might be the best answer. It might just be your brain is telling you need to take a break from it. I think you can see the... Yeah, no, you can't see the lighthouse from here. How sad. Oh, no, wait. There it is. I'd say Undeath on the High Seas is a zombie apocalypse on a cruise ship. It is set here in Southeast Alaska, which is where I live, and it is a pseudo-prequel to more books that will be set in the same universe. Actually, my Zatter books... Just throw the whole author in the trash. No! Do not just throw the whole author in the trash. That shit's compostable. You throw that in recycling. I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. It's funny, but no, not in the trash. Just take a break, relax, take some time to not write, or to work on something else, and then come back to it. But yeah, I'd say Undeath on the High Seas. I'm hoping to have the first book in the series proper done by next year. Sometime next year, we'll see when. It's going to be set in the Pacific Northwest. It's a zombie apocalypse series. It's all told from the point of view of the main character, who goes by both Danny and Sky. But Undeath on the High Seas is following the story of Penelope Rose and her friends who are on a cruise when suddenly zombie apocalypse. And they gotta survive that somehow. Which is not fun for any of them. But some of the characters do come back. I won't say which, because spoilers, you'll just have to wait around and see who does. Sadly, donating essential organs is not a choice. Living people are permitted to make. Recycling would be better, I agree. Yeah, see, recycle, reduce, reuse, reanimate. My book I almost have complete, I wrote as a really shitty product years ago. I came back to it later when I was a better writer and turned it into something I'm really proud of, so don't throw it out. Yeah, see, they're right. You just need to I hate that it's good advice, but sometimes the best advice really is just put it down and come back later. Given what COVID taught us about pandemics on cruise ships, that sounds bad. It's so bad. Just go read the book, and then come back and tell me your thoughts. But yeah, that one I actually genuinely had so much fun writing. Some of my other books I have struggled a bit with writing, but it turns out Penelope Rose is an ideal main character because she's just there. No, you're not an inadequate writer. You're just going through the writing slump, which is very, very normal for writers, and almost every writer I know goes through it about 3/4 of the way through the book, or 3/4 of the way through the project. Can I picture face? Picture face. Okay, and then because this is also the writing and reading one, I'm going to go find last week's short story that I wrote and actually have posted on Patreon. And I'm going to read this one now. Don't step on my keyboard. Okay, I'm going to move the keyboard. And there will be stuff, like when I get my webcomic underway, I'll be posting the webcomic to my Patreon. I will also be posting it to my Tumblr and to the Discord, so if you haven't joined those places, you totally should. But yeah. Okay. So this is vacuous. That was the word of the day that day, and it was just such a good word. Oh, hello! I haven't seen them in a while. Okay, but I'm gonna read them. It's vacuous. Oh, I'm not 3/4 of the way through. That might be your problem then. It might be that it's basically done. There's no such thing as perfect. I hate to say this to another writer, but like, it's the worst thing is you're like suffering and you're like, God, I just want it to be done, and it turns out you're actually done. You just can't like give it up. Just call it a day, or just do a out loud reading and then call it a day, and just be like, I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna read this now. I'm gonna read Vacuous, and then I'm going to bed, and I feel like you guys should probably go to bed too, so we don't go crazy. Snugly, baby. Okay, so Vacuous. Oh no, Danny. Looks like the sub checked out. Mark had leaned over his desk and into our shared neighbors to whisper at me. Most teachers separated us in class if they could. Mrs. Warren thought just one person between us was enough, although if Mark kept this up, she'd probably move him further away, depending on what the sub had to say. I looked at the substitute. The vacuous expression on her face made the phrase, "Lights are on, but no one's home," ring through my head. She's probably just as bored as we are, I whispered back, trying to pretend I was still paying attention to the fuzzy movie being projected from a machine that was older than I was. If I had to guess, though, the low roar of my classmates talking implied I was the only one. The vacuous movie playing on the screen was more like what they'd played in the background when they knew no one was paying attention in a movie or a TV show. Worst of all, it wasn't even a funny bad movie, just some kids pretending to be freezing to death. The only thing that kept my attention was that one guy looked really familiar in a way I couldn't place, but I also didn't really care much about it. "You're just saying that to be nice," Mark whisper scolded, only to be pushed away by the kid between us. I muttered an apology at the glare I got. At least he was trying to do homework. I was mostly zoning out. I stuck my tongue out at him, then realized a better way of communicating. I pulled out a piece of paper and scribbled on it. "What are you doing after class today?" Leaning back, I held it out to Mark and clicked my tongue to get his attention. The paper slipped from my grasp, and I stayed leaned back, listening for the drawn-out "nice." Soon the response was in my hand. I squinted at the note, first from having to decipher it by flickering projector light, then because of the content. "Banging your mom, JK, IDK. What you doing?" Rolling my eyes at the vacuous response, I scribbled a little further down. "Think about getting something to eat with Dana, then studying at the public library. I need to work on my history essay." Stretching back again, I didn't even have to try to get Mark's attention. He scoffed, "Nerd," and I rolled my eyes at him. Just because he felt like repeating world history didn't mean I wanted to. It took him a weirdly long time to respond, though, enough that I checked on him, only to realize that Mark was trying to come up with something better to write back. I felt a little bad about it, but I figured I'd give him time. Whatever Mark and I came up with in this class, I talked to Dana about in the next class. I basically ping-ponged back and forth between them most days. I had one of them in almost every class. The only thing I didn't have either for was homeroom. Mark was trying to figure out how to invite himself along. That's what he always did. It irritated Dana every time. She called him a bad smell that wouldn't go away. But Mark was my best friend, and had been since middle school. Dana and I had been friends since the start of high school, and my mom really liked her. So when I said I wanted to spend more time with her, my mom was all over it. Dad told me to play it safe and make sure I took care of myself. He never really liked Dana, though I wasn't sure why. He told me that Dana liked to lie, and I mean, I've caught her in lies before, but it was never about anything important. So I don't know why he's so worried about it. Mom kept inviting her and Mark over to dinner, though, so I guess that's just something my dad had to live with. The note bumped into my hand again. So, you think Dee will help me after school, or is she after your Dee? I groaned, loud enough that someone behind me shushed me. Turning back to look at Mark, I said, probably a little too loudly, "She'll help, don't ask about my Dee again." Apparently too loud, because the sub shushed us both. Mark met my glare with a shit-eating grin, but didn't say anything. The rest of the notes we passed that day weren't anywhere near as important. Okay. And that was it. It's only 4 p.m. in Oz. Well, maybe you need a nap. Or a snack. It might be snack break time. Also, that did not take as long to read as I thought it would. I've got a very flat Mars here. Look at her, she's so flat. She's not even a full hand tall, she's just flat. My pretty girl. Yeah, remember, don't beat yourself up over your writing. It's okay if you miss a deadline or two here and there. You know, it happens, life gets in the way. The best thing that you can do for yourself is to understand that you're only human and stuff gets in the way sometimes, you know? And sometimes it really is just best to just step away from it for a little bit. You know, hours, days, weeks. And then come back later with fresh eyes. I'm so sad. I ripped off half of this nail earlier today, so I had to trim it the rest of the way, and it's so short now. I had it grown out so long. It's also okay to be frustrated with what you're working on. Like, a book is not a small thing. It is not a small thing to work on. And just because someone can read it in 6 to 9 hours doesn't mean that, you know, it only takes 6 to 9 hours to set up. Take care of yourself. Take breaks. Hydrate. It might genuinely be time to have someone else take a look at it and see if, like, you're just overthinking it. And God, I know that happens to me a lot. Is I'm like, oh yeah, I'm totally ready. I'm done. I'm ready. Hold on, one more thing. Okay, no, for real this time. I'm totally ready. I'm really ready. Let's go. One more thing, and then it's perfectionism. And the thing about perfectionism with writing is, it doesn't matter like how much you think you can get something perfect. Because of the nature of the written word, it's never going to be truly perfect. So, take a break, step away, ask someone else to look at it, you know. Just give yourself some grace with it, you know? It'll be better for you and your brain in the long run. And then you won't be as tortured by it. I think, yeah, I'll come back, I'll probably toss this into an editor later, and then, for now I'm gonna go find somebody for us to raid, because it's almost the normal stream end time, and I'm freaking tired, y'all. Beauty and the Geek are live. Yeah, let's go read them. We like them. They're good people. They're almost never on when I'm on, so that's super exciting. Late night creative does seem challenging. Yeah. So, thank you to all my lovely stars who came in to hang around tonight. I hope you had a good time. I did. I feel very productive for the amount I got done, especially considering I was being bullied by cats the entire time. aforementioned. What are you hunting? She's hunting something. I'm being bullied. I'm being bullied by cats. If you like this and want to see more of my stuff, I'll be back tomorrow doing more writing, and then I will give the kitty a treat. I'll be back tomorrow to do more writing, and then also to play video games with Tabby. Day after that, and then day after that is more video games with other people. I'm usually pretty consistent I spend 2 nights at a time doing something, so it's like Thursday, Saturday, my time might be different for you guys. Thursday, Saturday is art, Sunday, Monday is writing and also planning for the week, and then Tuesday, Wednesday is video games with friends. And then, let's see. Yeah, so special 10-hour stream on the 21st of September for my 1-year anniversary streaming. And I might do something special for my birthday, we'll see, but I am definitely planning to do a vacation in November, so I will be away for a little bit then, we'll see.
We're gonna hold on here for a second. We'll start this one once we get back in.
They came. Look how many there are. This, my friends, this is our rebellion.
That first note, I thought the same thing, you guys. Welcome in, Raiders. Hello, Elowen. How you doing?
Pick a color.
Pick a color for your rating.
What were you doing tonight? Were you writing?
Yeah, were you writing or were you playing games?
And we were totally talking about you guys earlier.
We kind of were. We were talking about your mom. We're like, she's gonna start streaming soon. We're in the middle of playing Vandal. Elowen writes, everybody. She does writing streams. She'll just sit there and she will write stuff. So, hitting with your mom jokes, Ron. What it is your mom, though?
Yeah, we were talking about you.
We were talking literally about your mom.
I've known Elowen for a few years.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna
not
pick a
the
color.
right raid. Please, yeah. Elowen, pick a color for the raid. Welcome on, Raid Riders. I hope you guys are having a fun time over with Elowen. Did some short story writing. Awesome. For those of you who came in with her, we are Beauty and the Geek. We are primarily brick builders here on Twitch. We do a lot of Lego, fantasy, nano, all sorts of stuff. We play games. We do crafty stuff. We're going to do cooking streams. Right now we're playing some Vandal. We're in the middle of the ALRT, number 165. So, big, awesome Legends raid train going on.
Only by your cats.
Cats do that.
It's their job.
So we're going to start this one over. I don't know if I can... We'll have to go -5. Writing streams are, yeah, impressive. You can... he can't word good. So we're playing Vandal, for those of you who just came in. It's kind of like Wordle, but with music. And we're guessing a song. Right now, this one was in 1993 when it released. 12 million YouTube views. And it's an easy par 2. So we're going to start this one over.
All I want to do is have some fun by Sheryl Crow. Sorry.
Damn, girl.
I love this album. I really do.
Damn. The heck?
It's it's such a, like, just...
25 minutes of writing and a 5-minute break, usually a bit of chat around. That was too quick. We're gonna do one more because this girl's fast. It sounds really weird like this, though.